append some of it. There's the fancy lady that says that we're recording. So everyone that's joining us, does everyone have some wine to enjoy tonight? I do look like I have a little tiara on. I love it. Everyone, it looks like Elizabeth probably does not. Do you, Elizabeth? Yeah, no. Even with dealing with extra kids today, you still are a trooper and no wine. You are amazing.
I already had my wine today. I'm back to soda.
Back to soda.
Yeah, my daughter made me drink wine while we were coloring her hair. I hope it turned out well.
So it wasn't supposed to be purple?
No, and I don't think it was to be as blonde as it's coming out, but
Well,
yeah,
it's summer. It'll work.
it'll work. It's hair, it'll grow back.
Exactly. It'll be fine. All right, so I have some, obviously rosé. Dry rosé, it's Lancre.
That's what I had last night. I had 3 hearts though.
What's everybody else enjoying in their glass tonight?
Bellamente.
Which one?
Bellamente.
Oh, Bellamente. I thought you said lemon cake. I'm like, oh, that sounds delicious.
The rest of that.
What is that, Lisa? Is that
That
Flores
was-
Tobacco?
That's Flores Tobacco.
Oh, Flores Tobacco. When is that coming out? That was so good.
I cannot wait to get that one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that's not with Traveling Vineyard, the little bottle that Lisa just held up. I think I put my empty bottles in. Oh, I did not. Oops. I don't know where I put them.
They look like-
Some of the samples we got to try at our wine camp, our yearly harvest convention, we got to try some of the new wines coming, and each one was better than the next. It was like crazy. It was amazing how wonderful they were. So yeah, that's a Portuguese wine, if I remember correctly. I was really excited about the Portuguese wine.
Yep.
So that's a really
So
fun.
smooth.
Big event tomorrow. So I'm saving my glasses of wine for tomorrow.
Exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
You jumping over things, running into things, swimming into things, climbing things?
No, I'm doing wine things tomorrow. I'm whining tomorrow.
Oh,
Whining.
okay.
She's whining tomorrow.
I have a question. If my,
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Lourdes. Is this like a team meeting or an informational meeting?
Both.
This is a chat and you ask questions and we're here to answer them.
Because, all right, because I don't know anything about the plan, so I received an
Like the-
invitation.
Oh, you got an invitation to join us tonight? Who sent you an invitation?
Let me see. I don't know.
First question of the quiz.
It came from Kirsten Ray. Kirsten
That's
Ray.
her right on
How
purple
are
shirt
you?
and the-
With the crazy tiara, weird headband on.
Okay, yep, that's where it came from.
Mhm.
Oh, Julie says that she sent you the initial invitation. Julie Scogan.
Okay.
Uh-huh. It gets a little confusing. We're all family.
We're all one big wine family.
Crazy big family.
Well, I'm glad you decided to join us. So you are obviously interested in wine if you clicked on the link and said, hey, I'll see what those crazy ladies are all about.
It sounds like a plan.
It's probably
So
the email registration, like reminder has my name in it. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you been to a tasting before?
Excuse me?
Have you been to a tasting before?
Never.
Never?
I know. I saw it on Facebook and I clicked on it and
Mhm.
and the rest is history, right?
Yeah. So you thought, I want to find out about this wine thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know Julie said she has to be muted because she's got a loud kid, such as mom life, right?
Uh-huh.
So, well, what we do, so we're doing virtual and in-home tastings. We're bringing, 5 wines to people's homes or out on the patio, up at the pool, fire pit, you name it. We're bringing people together over a couple glasses of wine and teaching them a little bit about wine. And of course, you as the wine guide, you get to earn some money. So it's a really fun way to learn about wine, share wines,
Drink
make
wine.
some extra money too. Yeah, drink wine, like T said.
All right.
Have you ever done any direct sales before?
Oh, yes, I am a consultant. I'm a Pamper Chef right now. I've sold 31, Tastefully Simple, years and years ago, Tupperware, Avon. I've done many different.
Right. Yeah. So we're along those lines, except, you know, we kind of think we're a little bit better because we're, you know,
Wine.
so all those are great companies, but yeah, we are more consumable, obviously, because someone's going to drink their bottle and they're going to call you for more.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So have you peeked at the website at all, or just kind of clicked the link and just thought, hey, I want to find out a little bit?
It was 7:30. I got this email and I was like, "Hey, let me try."
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can you put the link to the website in the chat?
Or,
Can you hear me?
or Lisa, you can send it
Yeah,
to Adrian.
I'll send you the email. I'll send you the
Okay,
website.
you'll send it. You'll send it. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Or
We
does
just,
I,
the way that
Sorry.
we work, we just want to make sure that if the person who invited you tonight, that's the person that you end up going through. So that's why we want Lisa to send you the website instead of posting it.
Okay. All right. So with
so what is, I had never heard of Traveling Vineyard either when I joined. I just said, that's cool. It's wine. I'm joining.
that's what I you know,
There you
I
go.
read it. I'm like, oh, it's right up my alley.
That's right. That's right. That was 6 years ago. Dang.
Oh, wow. That's
I have a quick question. Generally, when you have an event, how long does the party last or the event last? Is it like 2 hours, 1 hour, generally, or you set that yourself? So when you have a wine tasting, generally, how long is the party? Is it like 2 hours, 4 hours?
Oh yeah. Mine are pretty quick. I would say almost like start to finish, max an hour. You know,
An
'cause you're
hour?
sampling the 5 wines, you know, sharing a little bit about the wines.
Mhm.
You know, so that's about my max. I know when I first started, it took a little bit longer just because I wasn't sure what I was doing at all. But now that was like 100 years ago, it seems like. So we didn't have all the great training we have now and the support and the grips and all the things like that we've got to share with you. So, I mean, I would say hour and a half should really be your max for a wine tasting, which you guys,
Okay.
we've got quite a few leaders on here that are, you know, doing a lot of events. Would you guys probably say about the same, about hour and a half?
About an hour and a half. I like to talk,
You
so.
look great for your age. You look great for your age, Kirsten. Doing this 100 years, you age backwards.
It's the wine.
It's the crown. It's the crown.
I would say typically the presentation part of my tasting event is maybe 35 to 40 minutes, but
Mhm.
then it's hanging out and taking orders and chatting with people that takes that next 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So is the presentation on like a flip chart, your tablet? Generally, how do you present?
It is all up to you the way you want to run your business. We do have a presentation option in our app that allows you to run something from your iPad. It is more notes for you. In general, and other leaders might do it differently. What I have found is that people typically care most about what kind of wine it is, how much alcohol is in it, and what food it's going to go with. So those are the 3 things that I tend to touch on when talking about each wine. And other than that, it's just, hey, what do you guys think of this one? What does that smell like to you? Let's try it with this food. What do you think? It's less information presenting and more just having a conversation with the people that are in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, people come to a wine tasting mostly to have fun and hang out with their friends. They don't really want to sit in a classroom.
Mhm.
Now, the other question I had, I've been to a wine tasting before where you taste it and then you spit it in a bucket. Do they drink it or they spit it in a bucket?
Alcohol abuse. Alcohol abuse.
I'm just asking. Huh?
But that's up to you, but we drink it.
Okay. No, I went to one a few years ago. My dentist had invited me. And so that was actually my first one. And when I was like, why are these people spitting the wine out? Because I was drinking it. So I was tipsy. I was like, they're just wasting it. They're just wasting it. But yeah, so that was my first lesson about wine tasting. Yeah, so it was kind of funny though. My friend said, "You supposed to spit." I said, "No, why you gonna waste that wine?"
When they spit it out on stage, I was like so sad because I like felt like that was a personal insult.
Right.
I can understand if you're trying to like scientifically taste 25 wines in an hour, maybe you might need to spit some of those, but we're just doing that. So you're good.
Okay. So we
And it's
generally
1 to
have
2
like,
ounces, so it's not like a
Okay.
lot. It's 5
Okay.
wines, but you're not
Okay.
getting full glasses. You're getting 1
Okay.
to 2 ounces.
gotcha. Okay.
By the end of the
okay.
45 minutes or so, you
Uh-huh.
basically had about a glass. So
Okay.
you don't need to spit it out. And you have little food, little munchies with it. You're fine.
Okay, great. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. Okay. So we generally present 5 wines at each tasting. Generally 5 wines.
5.
Now, do the person that we hosting for, do they like pick the wines out in advance, or we just pick the wines for them based on what information they give us, or how does that work?
Mm-hmm.
The wines that we bring.
Lisa, do you want to answer the question how you do? How you do the
Sure. So
taking a little nap.
if you're a new host, then we just kind of have a conversation. I ask you what kind of wine you and your guests gravitate towards, sweet,
Okay.
white, all those kinds of things. And then if you're a repeat, if you booked off of a tasting and you've already had 5 bottles of wine, I have a reference sheet that I know what 5 I already brought to that group. And so I still have the conversation with my host to know what kinds of wines they like to bring. But I always try to make sure that I bring all new wines to my new host and guests, and that way they can try all kinds of different wines. And I do tell my host, I say, I want to bring things that you love, but we also want you to drink outside the box. And so I want to bring you a couple different things that you may not think that you might like, and you might end up liking it. And it happens all the time. And so I always like to kind of bring something they love, but something that is a little bit different.
Okay. All right.
Good questions.
Yeah. Anyone else have questions? You can ask us anything.
I mean, maybe like wine related questions.
I mean, we drink a little more, you can ask us anything pretty much,
Where's everybody joining us from tonight? I know, Adrian, you said you're in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
I'm in North Carolina,
Oh, Sherry, where in North Carolina?
Concord, right outside Charlotte.
Okay. Adrian's in Fort Mill, South Carolina, not far from Charlotte. I am at the beach in North Carolina.
Which beach?
Surf City.
Ah,
My husband's in the Coast Guard, but I'm never leaving. I'll miss him when he has to go. It'll be hard. The wine will help.
I'll come
there you
visit.
go.
I'll come visit. We'll make it better.
Pennsylvania.
I'm
What was
smack
that?
dab.
I'm from Pennsylvania,
All right. Where in Pennsylvania?
Bethlehem.
Okay.
Like
You're
a
about
village
15 minutes
type
from
area.
Dancy. So there's a wine guy that's about 15, 20 minutes or so. Julie, you're not far from there either.
No, maybe 20. I'm in Macungie, Pennsylvania. So what, 25 minutes maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll have lots of support if you decide to join us as a wine guide.
Mhm.
Thank
I'm
you.
smack dab in the middle of the Gulf Coast of Texas.
Oh.
Between Galveston and Houston.
Oh, okay.
And I know we have a whole bunch of other people not on camera and muted, but if you all wanted to take your cameras off and show us your lovely faces, we'd love to say hi. Oh, I see. Anthony says they're Baltimore by way of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh.
Well, we're just all kinds of connected. I grew up in Maryland and now I live in North Carolina, but there's all kinds of Charlotte things here too. It's a small world.
Mhm.
I'm feeling a little punchy tonight. I've been hanging out with way too many children. So Jessica says she lives in Georgia.
Where in
Oh,
Georgia,
wow.
Jessica?
I live in Tequila.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of my best friends, I grew up in Georgia, in Lilburn, but one of my best friends lives up in Tequila.
Oh, really?
Yeah, small world. Look at all these
Yeah.
weird connections. People never seem to stay where they're from. They move all over. Sorry. Wine connects us, doesn't it?
All right, so I know we had some questions about how events run. I don't know if one of you guys want to talk a little bit about how, let's just go down the list. Most people want to know about money. So let's talk a little bit about how we get paid. Not me. People don't want to hear my voice over and over again.
Yeah. That, and also, we also have that basically the double fast start going on too. We cannot forget to talk about that, because a lot of people don't know about that. Right?
All right, well, I'll just go money then, and one of you guys can talk about double fast start.
Sure.
So base structure, everybody in Traveling Vineyard earns commission because we are a direct sales company. So we work on commission. You earn commission on every single thing that you sell. That is things that you sell at a tasting event, things that people buy right from your website, and your rewind subscriptions, which is our wine membership that ships every other month. So every time that ships, you earn commission on that. Everybody in the company starts at the exact same percentage every month. So there's no like people that have been doing it longer are going to get paid more right off the bat. That's not how we work. We all start the same, and everybody has the opportunity to earn up to 35% commission every single month. And the cool thing about the way that our commission structure is set up is the more you do, the higher the percentage that you earn. But like, for example, what I like to say is if you were to hit that 30% commission bracket on the last day of the month, you don't just earn 30% on everything above and beyond that. It goes back to the very beginning of the month, and they give you that extra percentage for everything you've already submitted to. So that's what's really cool about the way that our commission is structured. Plus, we get paid pretty often. We get paid the 10th, the 15th, and the 25th of every month, depending on when you submit orders and when people's orders go through on your website. Anybody else have follow-up questions about monies? That's always the big one.
Where does it start at? What's the base?
Oh, everybody starts at 15%. And then as soon as you sell $400 in the month, it's a pretty low threshold. You bump right up to 20. And then from there, it goes up in increments of 5. Once you hit $1,250 in sales, you go up to 25, and 3,000 gets you 30, and 4,500 gets you 35. And we have wine guides that are hitting every commission bracket every month, so they're not out of reach. What else? Let's talk money. That's one of those necessary, sometimes uncomfortable topics. I'm here for it.
What's the cost kit?
Okay, we have a couple of 3 different startup options, if you will. I would only really focus on 2 of them. Our essentials kit is made for everybody to get started with the basic essentials that you need, and that starts at $99. That comes with your first 10 bottles of wine and everything you need basics wise to run wine tastings. Then we have a step up from that is our complete kit, which is $179, and that comes with your same 10 bottles of wine, everything you need to run an event, plus some extras. So you get 18 tasting glasses and a cool tote to carry them in. You get, that might be the big difference, is the 18 glasses and the tote. There's some additional paperwork and stuff that you get with that. But everything comes with the ability to do your first 2 events. And every time you submit what we call a qualified event, the company gives you a credit for your next 5 bottle tasting set. So you're never buying wine out of your pocket.
And a qualified event is 150 in sales with 3 orders. That's it.
Less than 10 bottles of wine.
That's pretty impressive. A lot of companies, you've got to buy samples and, keep replenishing inventory. I mean, it's like the gift that keeps on giving when you buy your kit. Submit an event, at least 150 in sales with 3 orders. Boom, another 5 wines. Replaces the 5 you used.
And I know I said there's 3 options. The third option to get started is our digital success kit, which is $59. if you are never planning to hold an in-person wine tasting ever and all you want to do is online events, that's a good option. However, if you plan on possibly doing in-person events down the line, I would not recommend starting with the digital kit because nothing from the digital kit transfers over to in-person kits. So you would have to purchase one of the other ones in order to get started with in-person events. Jerry wants to know how you would do an online tasting. We've got a bunch of different ways, and we've got some pretty successful wine guides on here doing online wine tastings. Any one of you guys want to jump in and talk about the different types of online events? Julie Weatherhold, my eyeball was looking at you.
Julie.
Okay. Well, I do a lot of Facebook events that you've probably been to a Facebook event before. And it's just kind of like a walk through our wine catalog. But I kind of put a fun spin on it where I'll ask, this or that, or what would you pair with, pizza, or, something that most people enjoy. That's one of the things I love about our wines is that it pairs with like Cheez-Its and pretzels and those things that like real people eat. It doesn't have to be a fancy meal. But yeah, I've done some Facebook events that way. I've done some where we do like a Zoom tasting and the host will hand out little cups that have the wines in them, and then we all hop on Zoom like this and we kind of cheers from afar. But that's another kind of online tasting. So it really is flexible, and I love that about this business. And yeah, you can definitely combine it. I have I just saw Anthony pop on. Hi, Anthony, with his question. So yeah, I combine mine. If I have somebody that's doing an in-person event, I'll definitely suggest that we throw the online component on there, and vice versa. So that's what I do.
And we have like templates for all of those things. So it's not like you have to reinvent the wheel. So we try to make it very easy for you to run your online in-home business, whatever you choose to do.
All right, Kirsten, you want to tell everybody about that double fast, or what are we calling it? Double the fun or something like that?
Yeah, so normally we have a fast start program, which if you've been thinking about becoming a wine guide for a while, maybe you've seen the fast start program, which is just some extra perks we give new wine guides in their first 100 days. But in August and September, basically it's doubling it. So in August, so August 1st to August 30th, if you have $500 in volume and 2 qualified events, which is again that 150 is a qualified event, you're going to get an extra $100 wine credit. So you get the drink and have some free wine and fill up your wine rack, right? And you'll get a really cool logo water bottle. So you can have some Traveling Vineyard swag to share when you're out and about and kind of share what you're doing. And then the second part is September 1st to the 30th. If you have 750 in PV, which is your personal volume, and 3 qualified events, you're going to get a $125 wine credit and 2 extra $75 tasting set credits. That of course is on top of all the commission you've been earning and your tasting set credits you're already earning when you submit those qualified events. And then, oh, I thought I had another, isn't there a superstar, right?
Yeah.
Is
5,000.
August 1st to September 30th. So in those months, if you have 5,000 in PV, you add 3 new team members, you're gonna get a $100 wine credit and 100 Thrive points, which Thrive points is kind of like a credit card reward program. So we like to say you get paid twice is so nice. So this is in addition to earning your commission. We get these points that we can turn in for, a lot of us turn it in for wine, but you can turn it in for anything from jewelry to sunglasses to things for your house to our Lux incentive trip. And everything in between. So that's what you're earning these points on when you just run your business each month. Everything from Marketing Rewind, which is our discounted wine club that ships every other month, or doing events or adding team members, kind of everything involving your business you get those points for. So right now, like we said, so if you're joining now, the sooner you join, the sooner you can hit those bonus levels of that kind of double your fun. Makes me think of that gum commercial. Was it Double Mint Twins? Dating myself. Like I
Double
said, I've
the-
been doing this 100 years,
Double the fun.
right? But yeah, so it's really, the sooner you start, the sooner you can hit those, you know, all those little pretty things that you can get with getting extra wine for yourself to enjoy, and, you know, kind of toast your success and share it, bring that extra wine to barbecues and all the different things you might be going to. You can do that with
Sherry
online
had a-
events, in-home.
Mary had a good question in the comments. I did answer it, but I want to make sure everybody sees it. Do you have to have a qualified event to earn commission? And I just want to make sure everybody knows that no, you earn commission on every single thing that you market. It does not have to be on an event. Even if for some reason you submit an event that just kind of tanked and it's only 3 bottles of wine, you're still going to earn commission on that.
Or so, yeah.
We
Great
try
point.
hard not to make sure that you don't have an event that tanks. We give you all the training and resources you need to minimize that.
Right. But people can also, they can just, you know, you might have a friend that just wants to join your wine club, somebody that just might reorder on your website, right? We're going to get full commission on that. It's not lower. So it just adds to that, you know, the increments of increasing your commission each month.
Does your own party count as a qualifying event?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. And your personal orders help bump you up to the next commission levels too. And you always get a discount. I mean, we should talk discounts. We always have a 20% off discount. Even, I know Lisa was up there dancing, you know, even on the discounted Rewind Wine Club. So normally it ships every other month. It's discounted. That's really the best deal we get as wine guides, because we get another 20% off that. So. Oh no, Sherry was telling us earlier, if you joined us late, that she was drinking wine earlier and you colored your daughter's hair and it turned orange. Oh no. Oh no.
Also,
You're
I just
muted.
had
You're
a
muted,
siren
Sherry.
Somewhere, somebody's in trouble.
Oh boy. Drink after.
Sorry about that. Yes, you drink after.
Oh.
It doesn't look bad.
Oh,
Isn't
it's
it
not
orange?
orange.
Show her the back of it.
Oh,
Oh,
doesn't look bad. I was like, that hair does not look orange.
you're ready for
No,
our
the top is
table.
brown.
She's like, yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm getting the
It'll-
pout lip.
Oh,
It'll grow out. It'll grow out. That's what I always say. It will grow out.
Honey, she didn't mean anything by whoever said it'll grow out, I'm gonna shoot you.
Run, Denise.
that would be
Sorry, Dency. Run, Dency. All right, what other questions you guys have? We're here to, I mean, between those of us that are on this call, we probably have 40 years of wine tasting experience with Traveling Vineyard.
lots of experience. Yeah, usually the biggest questions are money and how to get your tasting set credits, you know, back, so it's not costing you money when you do these events. We covered that.
How
We got the
many
really-
changes,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
how much change is there, Kirsten, from when I did it?
Do you remember when was it? You were with the first, weren't you? I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was in the beginning.
Yeah, you were with 100 years ago with me,
Yes.
right?
Do we have to provide our own wine glasses?
So that depends on the, really that depends on the way you want to run your business. But if you decide to go for the complete success kit, which is the 179 one, the higher end one that we sell, that one comes with 18 tasting glasses. I currently have some hosts right now that would prefer not to use them, just safety, whatever they're concerned about. So they've been using plastic ones from Dollar Tree. I've also done events where, hey, everybody bring your favorite wine glass from home and we'll taste that way. So you can use wine glasses that come with your success kit, or you can choose to not run your business that way and have wine glasses provided some other way.
Totally up to you.
Good question, Nita.
But yeah, Sherry, the huge improvements that I've seen over the years, and even wine guides that have been with us even in just the last few years. We have free shipping. 6 bottles or more is free shipping. That is huge in the wine industry. I mean, huge. We also have guest rewards now, where every 3 bottles for the 4th bottle is $10. Again, that's just a really great reward for our guests, and our hosts also get as well. Our wines have stayed a really great price. I mean, most of our wines are under 20, and they're award winning. You know, we've got organic wines, we've got our good stuff guarantee, which you can go on the website and read about our good stuff guarantee too. But, you know, basically we have organic and we have biodynamic farming. We've got all the wines that you will feel comfortable putting in your body, and all the buzzwords that are out there about all those wines. And then the biggest thing from when you were doing it before, for, you know, a while ago, back then we were capped at 20% commission. We could never go over that. Now you can go up to 35% commission. So we're not capped at a certain commission. Those are, I mean, those are some big changes. And we only have to get that tasting set reimbursement, we only need that 150 in sales. And our average event is closer to 500. So, I mean, it's nothing to be concerned about, as long as you follow some of our training and talk with we call ourselves wine family. So we're like wine mama and wine papa, because we do consider ourselves a little different than a lot of direct sales companies, how we kind of watch out for each other. And that's why we use that kind of terminology. But, you know, if you reach out, because you know what, it can happen where you might have an event that maybe didn't go as planned, but then we've got, you know, tips and tools to help you kind of reach out to others, maybe past customers and friends, to make sure that you get up to that, at least that 150. But we also want to make sure that's happening very few and far between. But, you know, we've had some of our biggest sales years in the last year because, you know, wine is essential. We were essential workers because our warehouse did not close. And there were plenty of other direct sales companies when COVID was really at its highest that closed, you know, and other businesses that closed, but our warehouse did not close. It kept going, and we were selling wine like hotcakes, which is great.
Get back in.
Right?
Anthony, I see the question. The percentage is on every dollar. So the percentage is on the dollar, the retail value of the bottle of wine. So we do not earn commission on like shipping and tax and that kind of stuff. We just earn commission on the commissionable value of that bottle of wine. Sorry, did somebody else started talking, had a question. I just want to make sure we get to the ones that are in the chat too.
Yeah, perfect. Any other questions from anyone?
Are we able to order extra wine bottles for our kit?
Kind of depends on what you want to use them for. You can order wine anytime to drink. You can order extra tasting sets to do more events. The only thing we are not permitted to do is order wine to like sell cash and carry wise, because in order to sell alcohol, you have to be a licensed alcohol retailer. And the licensee in this aspect is Traveling Vineyard that completes all the sales. We are not individually licensed to sell wine.
Yeah, no, I was gonna use them for like showings and, you know, parties.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely order additional tasting sets. Your kit comes with 2. If you have 3 events really close together, you can absolutely order a 3rd one. Anthony, the average cost per bottle, most of our wines, I would say the average is $17.99. $18 would be our average bottle of wine. Cheapest one we have right now is $16.99, and the most expensive is $29.99, but all but 3 are under $20 a bottle.
That's on sale now.
Woo!
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Lux.
Average. What would y'all say your average guest order is? I know that my average guest buys 6 bottles, so is that pretty average?
4 to 6, yeah.
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 That free shipping is a game.
Yeah,
$10
that actually is
game.
Yeah.
So free shipping kicks in at 6 bottles for our guests. So when your guest
Yeah.
buys
I mean it
6 bottles
the way
of
it
wine, they
sounded.
can have it shipped anywhere they want, that, you know, we're allowed to do business for free.
And then they get 2 $10 bottles. So it's like, boom, that's a lot.
Yeah. Really, they're buying 8 bottles of wine. It just costs 6 bottles of wine.
Yeah, quite the deal.
The other positive too that I find is that, I mean, I've had people who have had other wine company tastings and they can't believe that our wine tastings are free. So, I mean, that's a huge seller and makes it easier to book tastings because they realize that they don't really have a huge investment. It's just as if they're having friends over and just having to get together. So they're providing that food and it can be as easy or as difficult as they want. I work with them on all that, but I mean, definitely that is a big difference between us and some of the competitors that we have.
Yep, good point.
Plus, I think most wine companies, even vineyards and stuff, when you get, or maybe not vineyards, but when you order wine online, the more bottles you add, the more expensive your shipping gets, up until a certain like astronomical dollar level. Oh, when you pay $1,000 worth of wine, your shipping is free. We like to do it a little bit.
So shoot, I think every winery I went to when I went, where was I? I don't know. I was somewhere. Anyway, I went to like 4 different wineries and it was like $15 to $20 just for tastings. So 4 tastings. So
yeah,
costs us nothing.
A little perk when you're a wine guide, like if you go to Sonoma, Napa, Elizabeth will know this too from when we went. You show your wine guide business card. I thought I had one in front of me. I kind of do. When you show your wine guide business card, they'll give you an industry discount. And we got free tastings for myself and my husband. And then they'd also would give us like usually between 20 and 30% off whatever we bought too. So it's another perk too when you're traveling. Something else to think about if you like to travel and go to wineries.
Yeah, we were in Virginia. Braden and I were in Virginia and we went to 4 different wineries, slapped that business card, free tastings and 20% off whatever else we wanted to buy. So,
Wow. Nice.
and I think them knowing like we were, in the biz, they, gave us a little bit more information and we got a little bit kind of deeper conversations and it was really kind of cool to, to kind of show I actually knew stuff.
You're not that there to get like drunk. Yeah, they'll pull out like the reserve bottles and they'll pull out like the good stuff for you. Yep.
Kirsten and I one year with a couple other wine guides went to the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot and got to write that off.
Yeah. Another perk.
Research.
Work. Man, it's really tough.
It's really hard.
Somebody's got to do it.
So tough going to Disney and drinking and eating. Really tough.
Really bad.
I could wear my crown there again too.
We also have a little bit of fun as wine guides. We have a good time.
A little bit. We all love each other very much. Hang out with each other outside of work stuff. So yeah, I look at Lisa doing a little heart thing. Did you guys like on the video the other day when Jeff tried to do the heart thing with me?
I didn't even know.
Sunset heart hands.
It's so beautiful.
All right, what other questions you guys got? Where's our brains?
How long does it take to get the kit once you order it to receive it to your home?
Depends on where do you live?
Illinois.
Oh, it'll be quick. Yeah, generally it's pretty quick. I mean, we like to say 2 weeks just to be on the safe side in case, UPS likes to run it over, drop it and do all kinds of stuff to it. But generally it doesn't happen. Really doesn't. I've been doing this, I think like 17 years. I think only twice I can think of them damaging anything with shipments. But generally, 3-4 days, you've got it. So I have wine, guests that order wine on, Saturday and they've got it like Wednesday, Thursday. And I'm like, you can drink it for next weekend and then call me again, reorder. So same thing with your kits. So
these days,
generally pretty quick.
Faster than Amazon Prime. I mean, in my experience,
Yeah.
it's faster than my 2-day Prime shipping that I'm paying for.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, Amazon Prime that takes 5 days. You're like, what's going on?
If we're not able to begin till September, can we still do double the fun?
Yes, you can't. Because in that, I would line up, if you're not starting till September, I would go ahead and line up everybody, can line up your own launch events. And your wine mama can help you set up some of your events too, because we've got some great wording with, setting up those events. But yeah, so September 1st to the 30th, when you have 3 events with $7.50 in volume, you get $125 wine
Oh, wow.
credit and 2 extra tasting set credits.
So you don't have to do both. You don't have to qualify in August and September.
Nope, they're standalone.
All right.
Yep. But you could get more when you start sooner, of course, right? Right. Any other last minute questions? Then we'll do a drawing for
Oh.
something fun for a wine accessory for those of you that are joining us that were interested in the opportunity that are not currently wine guides.
How can you figure out how many wine guides there are in your area? Is there any way to find that out, or?
Yeah,
I mean, the current direct sales that I do, I can walk down the street and find another one.
right.
And it makes it very difficult.
I would guarantee you that regardless of where you live right now in the United States, you can't do that with as a Traveling Vineyard wine guide.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I like to tell people, if you have not been invited to a Traveling Vineyard tasting in your area or know somebody that's doing it, generally, I mean, there could be someone there, but again, we don't have any sales quotas, and I know we didn't really talk about that. So there might be someone, but they might only do a tasting once every quarter or once every 6 months. You might have someone that's doing like 4 in a weekend. So that's kind of another beautiful thing about our company, is you can kind of wine when you want, because there isn't any pressure to do it. But really the best judgment is, have you been invited, and has your friends been invited to a Traveling Vineyard wine tasting? Then if there's someone really truly active working their business in your area. But we can also check with support and see. But there's just the way our market is. I mean, we have maybe what's the last number? Maybe 4,000 wine guides in the whole company. And when you think about that, I mean, there's companies that have that like in a large city or even in a state. We have that. It's in 30, I think we're in 38 states. I forget the number that we can ship to. 38, 39,
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely not a market saturated.
How do you know what states you can or can't?
We have a list of it. Yeah. We have,
Okay.
we've got that in our marketing materials. There's not too many states we can't anymore. And that's just based on the local laws. Usually old prohibition laws is what's on the books that are slowly changing, but
Okay.
yeah.
Kirsten, I've got everybody entered into the spinny wheel right now. You want me to share my
Oh,
screen?
perfect. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, if you're on this call and you're not a wine guy, double check my list over there. I've got Adrian, Lourdes, Sherry, Jessica, Kamla, Anthony, Anita, and Connie. I think I got everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I think,
Butchered
yeah,
a name or
I think you got everybody. We didn't miss anybody, right? Yeah, I think you got everybody.
All right, I'm gonna hit the button. Its own special sound
Big
effect.
money, big money, no whammies.
No wait a minute.
Boom.
Lourdes.
Lourdes, yeah. Confetti, confetti.
All right, so we'll send you if you well, I think Julie Scogan is the one that invited you tonight. So if you want to message her with your address or message Kirsten or I with your address, we will get that, or we'll have Julie reach out to you and get your address so we can send you something.
Thank you.
We'll send you something fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, because we're right at like 7:48. So if there's not any last minute burning questions after we did the little raffle, if you thought of something else, you could feel free to ask us. But if not, we encourage you to reach back out, to the wine guide that invited you to this call, and they'd be happy to answer any and all of your questions. And we really hope to welcome you to our Grand Vin family and on our board, and help you kick off this fall in a big way with a very full glass of wine and lots of free wine with that double fast start, right? There's nothing better than drinking free wine, especially when it's good wine, right? So, and with people that will support you and cheer you on. So I hope you will consider it. Ask those other questions. Don't be afraid. Ask them anything. And